Hey guys, so we have a special guest instructor today, Chewy, the internet famous Chewjitsu. He'll be showing, we just got done with our 4th year of Jiu-Jitsu camp. We had previously Mark Vivez and Sean Hammonds do videos on technique on command, and now we have Chewy doing one.
Cool.
So,
Thanks for having me out this weekend. We're up here in Wisconsin, the Forest, at Wade's Place Stronghold. So he had me up there this weekend, and I was showing a lot of my back attack stuff, and I started that off with a little bit of guard passing. And so I'm going to show one of my favorite ways to get to the back. And it's really cool because if you're a jiu-jitsu practitioner, it's probably a move that you learned a long time ago. And in some cases, what happens with the techniques is we think we don't need them anymore because they're old moves. It's an old basic move. I need to learn something newer. But a lot of times, if you go back to those old moves, there's a lot of cool stuff that you can do with them, and you can add stuff to it. So that's what we're going to be. We're going to be working with a double underpass. Okay. So Wade's going to start down here. So Wade's a great example of a person that I would do this move to. So we'll turn this way first because, with a double underpass, we get in there. Now the thing about it strategically, right, double underpasses are not a bad pass to go for against a person with a good triangle, right? Like Wade's long-legged here, okay? If I'm playing like, this kind of stuff and, if I'm out here like this, he can wrap these legs around and do a lot of stuff. Same thing with a triangle. I don't want to get caught in that thing, right? Well, if I'm here, it's a lot harder to get a triangle. There's some no-arm triangles that you have to be aware of, but it's not a bad position to go for. The problem is that when guys do this, they get really good about pushing their knees out, and then you're trying to lift them, and you can't get those hips up high enough, right? A lot of times it's very hard to do that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut an angle, and then we're going to finish this up. So we're going to start just like this angle right here. So what's going to happen is as he pushes his knees out, like most guys will, I'm going to let one elbow drop, and I'm going to want to let one knee pop up, and then shoot right in, okay? Now what I'm doing at this point, this hand over here is grabbing, pulling in, on whatever I can get a hold of. If it's no gi thigh, if it's the gi, lapel, belt, just grab something, go. This hand is going to be here. Now what I've done is, now if he drives into me, he can't push me back. I'll talk about what my hips need to be positioned like in a second. My hand now is going to go across and grab whatever the hell I can get a hold of. It doesn't have to be up here, here. I just grab here, okay? Keep the elbow tight to the hip. Now I'm going to come up and I'm going to begin to drive my knees towards his head. Now I'm going to be easy for a second. What I'm trying to get to happen, again, a lot of good jiu-jitsu guys will turtle. And they turtle because they want to avoid going to side control. Like if you're a smaller guy and you're going up against someone big, the worst position ever is being stuck under some big guy's side control. So a lot of times what will happen is they'll make a gamble. They'll begin to roll away from me, and then I'm chasing them, and then they put the legs back in front. So it's a good way to maybe not get stuck in side control. So a lot of times, good guard players will do that. They'll turtle. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to begin to drive Wade's knee over top of his shoulder. As he begins to go, I'm going to let him go. Now, in the gi, I'm going to hang on to this lapel. If it was no gi, I would get a sort of a reverse gut wrench here on the body, okay? Gut wrench here in the stomach. But right here, I'm going to get a hold of this lapel. And then from here, as he goes up, as he's doing this, I'm going to shoot in and pull him back to me. And we're going to get that basic truck control from like two slanted hooking here. You can use your feet to hook it. And then from here, climb our way up. In the gi, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll grab onto this lapel, extend, and then I shoot right in and begin to get the back mount and begin to attack there. So it's a really cool way to get to the back. Now, I'm going to go through it a couple times for you, and then you can play around with it. Let's do it one from the other angle here. Yeah, so right here. So you guys can see what's going on from the back. So again, I'm trying to lift him. It's not working. I'm going to sit through. Basic slide here. Now, notice there's some space between my hips and his hips. If I'm too close and he pushes, he can knock me over. But here, I'm leaning forward, and if he drives into me, it doesn't really have much effect. I drive off of this leg, come back up, and I'm going to begin to get on my toes and drive. He comes up, shoot in, and I'm basically bringing my knee in through the gap before he gets all the way up to the turtle position. First order of business, hook this leg. Second thing is to come up and grab the shoulder or the lapel, and then go in here and get a hold of his neck and take the back. This time I'm going to do it with no gi grips. He'll have his gi on, but you'll see the grips that I would use instead of the lapels, okay? This time we'll turn this way here. So again, I'm going right now, I'm just cupping the thigh, I'm going here and here. Now this hand, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cup right here across the stomach, stay tight with my elbow, get on my toes, and I'm going to drive, and my hand will begin to cup the hip and just lift him up. So I'm here, here, here. As he's lifting, I'm going to get my hands together. Don't move. Right here. As he passes, tries to go away from me. Now, what I want to do is, as he's coming up, I shoot my knee in and pull him towards me. And
And what you're thinking about doing is basically having your stomach connected to his lower back, and then from here, I'll go shoulder, neck, boom, and you control. And so it's a cool move. That's like an advanced way of using a really basic pass, right? You can do a double under pass that you've been taught since you were probably a white belt, and you can just change a few things on the finish. If you go up against someone like that, that turns it into a whole other thing, a whole other ball game, and now you have a back take, not just a pass. So that's one of my favorite passes to use. I've used it in competitions, high-level black belt training, and again, it's one of my favorite ones. So yeah, so hope you guys enjoy that.
Awesome. Excellent. Thank you, Chewy. Guys, again, make sure you like and subscribe. If you have any questions, put them down below. Thank you.